Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Happy Trails Hiking. This is the Hike 365 live show, the world's greatest St. Louis hiking show. This evening, we're going to give you an update on our latest hikes from all of our teams, and we have a special guest with us.
Yes, my sister's here, and we're going to ask her all the tough questions tonight. Hey, Lori.
Hello.
It's good to have you here. Thanks for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Awesome. We have a few folks in the room already.
All right, who's here?
Well, I'll tell you who's here now, and then I got another announcement. But Inspired John was here earlier, but there's a show coming on, and he wanted to watch that instead. Anyway, Marty's Crew, Our Family Adventures, Cowboy JoJo's Adventures from Australia.
All right.
Is here, as well as Food Forest Permaculture saying hello, Kay and Matt, and hopefully Lori. But Texas Alcoholics are in the room as well. It says hey from Texas. So yes, it's great to see everybody tonight. I do want to let you know that this show is brought to you by our patrons, and those patrons are Panic DR Haunted Travels, Nerding for Nature, Pam Huff, Deb Shane, and Needs More Subs. You can become a patron too by clicking on patreon.com/happytrailshiking. Thanks for your support in this way. I'm done.
Okay. Well, we've said hello to some folks. If you have not said hello to us just yet in the chat, please go ahead and do so. And at this point in time, we always like to pay tribute to our very first live YouTube show, which was called The Happy Half Hour. That was hosted on a weeknight, and we always talked about a beverage that we were drinking. So let us know what you're sipping on this evening. Perhaps it's a nice frosty glass of ice water. Perhaps it's something a little bit stronger, but let us know. This evening, I've got
a mug of beer.
The world's greatest IPA. Yes, it is.
Okay, fine. Yes.
This is the St. Louis IPA. It's also called Stolipa. It is from Urban Chestnut.
Cool. And Lori, what are you drinking?
I have a nice cold glass of iced tea.
Nice. All right. I'm having Barefoot Spritzer tonight. It's pink and sweet. It's like Kool-Aid with alcohol. It's kind of bizarre. By the way, don't tell the kids that. We also have Hike with Mike, who's in house. Hello, everybody. And our Haunted Travels Pank D is here. It's great to see everybody. Thanks for being here. We got interview questions with Lori a little bit later, but yeah, anybody, did you have good weather down in Tennessee this week, Lori?
It was nice at toward the end of the weekend, but it was chilly all week long, and yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to get snow again on Wednesday, so ick. But that's all right. Let's see. Diet root beers, Texas Alcoholics, nice. Coffee. So I can get a great night's rest.
It's important to have enough caffeine so you can sleep well.
You're funny. Marty's Crew says, Stolipa, nice. Got bottled water for him tonight. So that is excellent. And I want to say personal happy birthday, belated, to William of Marty's Crew. Had his birthday yesterday. So
happy birthday, Will.
Hey, happy birthday, Will.
Just turned 25?
I think he's preteen or teen going on 25. Yeah. Food Forest Permaculture has key limes in water. Key limes are low glycemic index. Thank you very much, Howie.
All right.
Within hiking distance is here. Hello, Alex and Evan and little man, if you're all there. But it's good to see you. Thanks for coming. Okay. I have one more announcement.
Well, what's that?
Okay, so you all know that we have Amazon affiliate links, and everybody knows that we have Amazon affiliate links. And normally, I would say, please go find those on happytrailshiking.com/store. Well, coming up soon, they will all be on Amazon.com shop Happy Trails Hiking. And so I'm going to drop that link, and we sure would appreciate it if everybody would follow us on Amazon. And that way, when we put up a new link, you'll see that. And
people can follow
us
on Amazon?
They can follow us.
I did not know that.
Like we follow Panic D, our Haunted Travels.
Well, I didn't know that either.
Right. Well, congratulations.
There's lots of things I don't know. It's not like this is an anomaly.
Learning all sorts of new things. Did you know you could follow people on Amazon, Lori?
I did actually. You can follow or you can share your own personal page and lists and stuff with people, and those people can follow you if they want to.
Oh, that's cool.
So what would I do? Just click the link and then it's obvious how to follow?
Yeah, there's a little follow button. So you click on that link and it'll take you to our little webpage and you'll see Trucker.
Well, I'm going to click the link so I can follow myself.
You're going to go in circles then.
Yeah.
Chase your own tail.
Yeah, story of my life.
Gary from Life on the Trail is here. Hello, Gary. I need to pull up those pictures. So Gary, I don't know if he got his hike miles in, but he shared some wonderful pictures on Twitter, and I'm going to share those tonight too. And Within Hiking Distance was in your corner and said that they didn't know you could follow people on Amazon.
Yeah, that must be a fairly new thing.
I think it's within the last few months, maybe.
That's pretty new.
I don't know. Pretty new for me too. But anyway, you can now follow us on Amazon. Sweet. Like we needed something else for people to follow us on. If you're not connected enough.
Yes, if the 50,000 social media platforms we're already using are not sufficient, here's another one.
We'll have to add that one to the top of the web page. Man, I've got so much work to do now this week.
All right. We beat that dead horse.
That one's done. All right. I have a map and spreadsheets and all sorts of stuff. So I know what you're more interested in following along with is how well we're doing on our Hike 365 challenge. So Lori, I want you to guess, how many miles do you think we got this week as a team, as everybody?
I think we got 123.
123. That's a really amazing guess. Not close.
Not close.
Yeah, that's not too horrible.
That wasn't horrible. No.
It's like trying to guess how many jelly beans are in the jar to win a
pretty much. You can't Google the answer, so that's part of the problem too. But here is our sheet. So 123 wasn't really close, but you missed it by a little. But that's all right. Well, I think this is probably our lowest week so far.
It might be.
It might be. I did not put.
I chopped off the other column, so we can't look.
Well, I could pull them up, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, okay. And everybody's saying one more thing to follow us on. So we got a total of 64.35 miles this week as a group.
But if Coney had gotten his miles in earlier today, we'd have been almost 400.
Right. Yeah. Chris Coney posted in our Twitter chat right before we went live, like 10 minutes before, half hour, that he just uploaded 37.4 miles. And yeah. Whew.
All right. So Chris
we'll get that next week.
Winner for this week, except that his miles will show up next week.
Right. He'll get his miles
in. Doesn't mean the rest of you can take the week off.
No.
I'm going to, but
no slack. Yes, ma'am. Whatever Lori says goes.
Right. So let's see, how do we do? So we got Within Hiking Distance, picked up 2.3. Dragon Rum's got 3.8. Happy Trails Hiking got 5.85. Hike with Mike got 9. And John Moore 4. Justin 9. Lori Bryant 3.5. 1.5 rather. Marty's Crew 2.
Is that correct for Lori?
Yes.
1.5? Okay. It was steep. I remember this. All right, go ahead.
Marty's Crew 2.4, Michael Rager 11, Nancy Syme 5.2, Texas Hikeaholics 10.3, bringing us to a grand total of 64.35 counted for this last period of 7 days. So our total so far for the year is 925.
And we're at that 68% of what we're supposed to be with all of these people. If all these people were counted. So I know that there are people who have signed up for the challenge, but have not recorded any miles. These are just the miles for the people who have recorded miles so far.
Yeah, at least once.
In March or February and January and February. There we go. I'll get the right months in sooner or later. Okay, so there's that. I also have a map for us this week. Maps. I like maps a lot. And Within Hiking Distance says that they're missing 1.5 miles.
Oh, we'll just go ahead and add it in next time. Whatever it is you think it's missing, just add it.
Right. Add it to your next total. That's fine. All right. Because it's all on our system anyway. Map. I'm supposed to be doing the map. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. Where would map be if I were a map? Oh, it'd be right there on my Google Maps. All right, so here is our map for this week. Scooch it over a little bit so we can see everybody. Within hiking distance is up here. And this is Nancy Syme over here. Texas Hikeaholics down here. Matt and I up here. Then Justin Reed from J Reed Outdoors right up here. Lori down here. Mike Rager here. Dragon Rome's over here. Hike with Mike down here. And then John over here. So we're rocking it out.
Good job, everyone.
Yeah, I love this map. You guys wanted to see the 955 miles, so I can do that. We start in Miami, and we go up this way.
Oh, not to St. Louis, but
925. So we're actually still in Kentucky.
we broke through Tennessee, though.
We did break through Tennessee. It's close enough. 926. We'll round up. There we go. There's our map for this week. Yay!
Hey.
This
That's
is the
super
modern
good.
version of the Oregon Trail.
Miami Trail, maybe. Awesome. Great job, everybody. All right. So I think that was all we had to do for that. I do have pictures. Is everybody ready to see pictures?
Yeah, let's do
So I have pictures from Dragon Rome's, and he and Skinny G Panda were hiking up in New Yorkish area. Let's see. Storm King Mountain. That one. Right there. Storm King Mountain. And so you get to see the overlook first. But that's Dragon and Skinny G Panda. Looks like they've got some really cool
some remnants
of
something.
a building.
I mean, probably the pillar or supporting pillars of
Could
some
be.
description.
There's Skinny G Panda overlooking the overlook.
It's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. For only 3-something miles. That's pretty amazing. And there's Dragon. Oh,
So
whoa.
is this Appalachia? Did you say where it was?
It's up in New York.
New York. Okay. It sort of looks like some of the Appalachian Mountains.
Look at the ice.
It looks like an icy trail.
Footprints in the ice.
That's
Yeah.
like a scary trail to walk on right there.
Yeah. Hopefully there's not a big drop off. I know that Dragon works at nights. So, wow, that's just those are all great pictures. Thank you so much, Dragon, for sending those in. I hope we can get them back up on the.
It's like you almost need to have crampons on your boots,
Yeah,
whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Ice spikes.
Ice bikes, probably. Yeah, or crampons.
I forget what they're called, but
Cool. Wow. All right. And then within hiking distance went to Tubbs Hill. Tubbs Hill is over. Let's see. Do you see it, Matt? Help me out. There it is. Whoops, wrong thing. Inception. Sorry, guys. Double clicking is not a good thing. Try again. There it is. Right there. And hit share instead of double clicking. So, ice.
yes.
Oof. And there's Little Man and Evan hiking on the trail. Look at all those pines. Oh, how pretty. Little Man's getting big, Alex. Ooh, lake. That's the lake that's up in Coeur d'Alene. Oh, a bridge. That looks like a wobbly bridge. Was it a bouncy bridge? Bouncy bridge. I like it. Aw. Beach time. I like it. This is really cool. Very pretty pictures. Alex, thank you for sharing them. That's gorgeous. Idaho.
It's Idaho.
Idaho.
Okay, that is nice.
It is nice. Very, very nice. And I do see that Love to Wander came in. Hello, it's good to see you. And for those who might not know, we have my very favorite sister in the whole entire world in the room. This is Lori with us, and we got your pictures coming up, so I'm going to let you tell about your pictures. But I do have pictures from Texas Alcoholics before that, and they went to Caprock Canyon State Park. They're right there. See, and I never think Texas looks like this, but Texas looks like this. Caprock Canyon. Beautiful red rocks. Just beautiful.
I don't know why I imagine Texas as being very flat.
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't. These are, every time we see pictures from Texas, they're always amazing. Like that's
that
incredible right there.
Great job on that panorama. That's beautiful.
The red on the right and the blue sky, and it's like a greenish, like, wow, that's just, there's a lot going on there. That's pretty cool.
That's very pretty. Very pretty. So thank you for sharing those with us. That's wonderful. All right, now Lori's pictures. I'm going to share Lori's pictures, and then she's going to get to talk because I won't have to this time. Photos. Google Photos. Those are Lori's. All right, Lori, tell us what this is.
Okay, this is at Harpeth River State Park in Tennessee. The state park itself follows like 9 miles of the Harpeth River. It's really more of a canoeing and water sports park than it is hiking, but we do have it does have some hiking trails, and it does have some evidence of Native American prehistory things. And that's kind of what this cave is, that this cave, or this little cutout here, has some evidence of Native American prehistory. So the ranger was talking to us about that, and apparently there is like a little hole that goes through the bluff and over to the other side, but they
didn't go on that, huh?
We didn't go caving, so
no caving. All right. So
this is the Harpeth River.
Harpeth River. And I remember the Harpeth River from when we used to go down to Bolivar. Isn't it down that direction too?
I'd have to look at a map and see.
Okay,
I didn't remember that.
I shouldn't have asked that question. Okay, that's cool. I know it was one of Tennessee's main rivers, though.
Yeah.
Trees and holes in trees.
Yeah, about in 2010, so about 10 years ago, the Cumberland River and its tributaries, and Harpeth is one of its tributaries, flooded rather badly. And so at the time, I think this tree is still living, the ranger said, but it has a hole right through the middle of it that happened after the floods in 2010. So
oh, wow.
That was cool. Anyway.
Really interesting picture. That's cool. Very pretty. So people live over here?
It is private property on the other side of the river.
Gotcha.
And in fact, if you look, there's those 3 trees just kind of on the left right there. And then a little farther back and on private property is the grave site of Montgomery Bell, who is the person who owned the property that that is now the state park, and had an iron smelting plant there. His grave site is now, it's on private property, and apparently it's well taken care of. There's an obelisk there and everything. But
is that right here? Can
yes,
yes. Okay, good.
I couldn't zoom in enough on my phone for it to make any difference, so I didn't really worry about it too much. But so that is, and Panic D, this is the spot I was talking about yesterday in your chat that had that they'd seen some apparitions, but it's really foxfire, which is
what is foxfire, Lori?
It's like a glowing phosphorescent fungus. So
okay,
yeah,
it's either a ghost or a fungus.
There's a fungal ghost among us.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll go on to the next picture.
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
And then this is looking toward the bridge, the same spot.
Okay, so. Same spot looking towards the bridge. Cool. Ooh, tell me about that.
Okay, this is the point of going on this historical trek was to see this. The Montgomery Bell, who owned the property and the iron smelting operation. This bluff is like 200 yards wide, and so the river circles around and makes this kind of peninsula right here, which is why it's called, this part is called the Narrows of the Harpeth.
Okay.
So after they did the iron smelting or extracted the iron, in order to get water to this side, they bored through the limestone and sandstone of this bluff. It was back in the early 1800s.
Okay.
So of course, a good bit of it was slave labor, and but they bored through this to divert water from one side of this bluff to the other, and it forms this little waterfall right here now.
Oh, wow.
So it's really kind of a neat history. You can still they say you can still find some iron ore
Wow.
along the banks there and stuff. So
So
I
our new
didn't find any, but
our guests and we have new guests in the room, and Flash in your pan, who does panning, would probably love to go look for iron ore there. That would be awesome.
I don't know if there's any gold there. I would think that there would have been some mention of that at some point if that were the case.
If that were the case, yeah. Yeah, and I also want to say hello to Colorado Martini.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here. And we're talking to Lori, and she is my sister and also a member of the Hike 365 Challenge this year. And hey, Lori, I like that hat.
Tennessee.
Oh, and yes, she's from Tennessee. So, and I like your hat, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that. I just picked it up and
picked it up off of the table and it's okay. It's good. That's a great picture. You're getting better at those selfies.
Yeah.
And that's closer to the same waterfall there.
You know, it's interesting. I would have guessed that had been hewn by hand,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not smooth. I mean, a channel that's been carved by water is smooth.
Well,
that's just really rough.
It has been hewn by hand. That's what she
said.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Looking at it, I could tell that it probably was not naturally carved.
Right. Yes. Oh, you're up now.
And we're up now. The trail also connects to the Bluff Trail, which takes you up.
Yeah.
So while it was a mile and a half total, it felt like a lot more because it was a good bit of up. I told the ranger, because there are stairs there, I told the ranger, I said, my legs are not long enough for these stairs. And he said, yeah, we're trying to get AmeriCorps out here to see if they can help us with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes you up to the top of this bluff, and you can look down over the valley, and that's really good view there. So,
and the other way,
looking the other way. So,
is that the ranger or other people?
Those are other people that were on the hike with me. So
cool. Is that it? That's all.
I think that's it.
All right. Great photos as usual, Lori. Thank you so much for sharing those. And for those of you who don't know, Lori hasn't always been a hiker.
Not really, no.
So I'm interested to know in my interview questions. We're going to get started now. All those tough questions I said I had for you. Why did you join the Hike 365 Challenge, other than I'm your sister and I said do it?
Oh, other than that? Just to encourage myself to get out and hike some more and get outside. It's been a good experience that way. It's nice to have the support of the rest of the group as well. So
okay. Well, I know that mostly you joined to support me and to support us, and I appreciate that a whole lot. This year, so you joined last year, you did a few miles.
Yeah.
And you got some in. What is your goal for this year? I was like, oh, Lori may not do it again this year, but you did. And what'd you say?
Well, this year, last year I joked I was going to make it to 36.5 miles, and I almost did. But this year I said, well, I can double that. So I said I can make it to, I set my goal at 73 miles.
73 miles. And so far, you're already at 13.8.
Yeah. One of my challenges really has been just overcoming my own sedentary lifestyle, I guess, and just deciding to get out. I'm very much a homebody, so just deciding to get out and leave the house and go do some of these things is always a challenge for me. And so just getting out of the house is important. But in order to do that this year, to kind of make it a little bit more purposeful, I started checking on our state parks websites to see what was available there, not just the trails themselves, but what were the rangers doing. And it turns out our rangers do quite a lot of guided hikes, and so they want to, and they really want you to come and be part of those. So I've been signing up for those, and I found if I made an appointment with somebody to go do something, then I was going to show up for that. So,
okay.
So when I make an appointment, I show up at 10 o'clock in the morning, and yesterday morning, and drove over there and did that, and so those have been really good experiences. Your state parks often do your first day hikes or a spring hike or some
Sure.
that a lot of people show up to because they're free and they're a big deal. But so you kind of need to know a little bit that if it's a free hike, that there might be more people there than you might be comfortable hiking with. But so sometimes the hikes themselves there'll be a small charge for them. Like last week's, I think I spent $2 to go on.
Yeah, you said they like 5 on one, and that there was one in the fall that's a night hike that was like $10, and they feed you. And
yeah, the ranger told us last week that they do that hike as a night hike, and they'll feed you. But he said there's a $20 charge for it, and I was like, oh, still $20 for a night hike and food is not that big a deal.
Yeah. How has it helped having this group? Like, you've mentioned to me several times that you really like the group that we have here on Sunday nights. So how has a group helped with reaching your goal?
Well, I think it's just a matter of they're all working toward a goal too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to let them down. And so and I know nobody'd be upset with me or anything like that, but still, by not letting them down, I'm also not letting myself down because I've set my goal. So hopefully I'll continue to feel that I want to make you all proud of me. And so that's a thing.
Well, let me tell you that I'm proud of you. And I never want to say that to adult, because I used to tell that to students all the time, and I'm proud of everybody who puts in miles. But when you will put in our Twitter chat or message me on Saturday morning and say, hey, I'm headed on this hike today, I'm like, Lori's getting out and doing things. And, Lori and I are much the same. We could sit, well, not much the same.
No, you wouldn't.
We could sit in our house and do a whole lot of nothing for a really long time and be okay. This is why I love this. Texas Hikeaholics. We're proud of you too, Lori.
Thank you.
Artie's crew. Lori, we're very proud of you. We're super proud of you. See? And
I'm proud of the rest of you too. And that's part of the reason why this is a neat program that you all are doing. So because we all get to see what everybody else is doing and encourage each other and be proud of each other and be proud of ourselves and the group in general. So
and the accountability that that we have to put the show together it actually puts us under a little pressure to get ourselves outside and do something.
Yeah.
It's like it's our challenge, and we're not hiking. That's not going to look so good. So,
Well, and for me, the ranger hikes are helpful because, I'm single, and so I would be hiking by myself, which I've done before, but it's a little
Tell you not to hike
intimidating.
alone.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating to go out on your own and to a place that you, especially as a woman, that you're just not familiar with. To do those things. So it's helpful to have those type of ranger hikes where you can know that there's going to be at least one other person on that trail with you that's not going to be you're not going to run into trouble, or if you do run into trouble, there's somebody there to help you. So
up on a snake or
Well, and it makes your sister and brother-in-law much happier that you're going on these ranger hikes. And I like that you share these hikes on Facebook afterwards. You check in at Harpeth State Park, and that you're promoting our parks, which is another just cool benefit. And I'm sure the state parks department just loves it.
Well, and yesterday it was a free hike yesterday, and so we were kind of waiting just a couple minutes because he was expecting there was somebody else who'd signed up for it that they hadn't shown up yet, but we'd started off and gone, and then a couple got out of their car, and he said, "Are you here for the hike?" He said, "Well, no, but we can be." He was like, "Well, come on," and he said, "It'll look better on my numbers." So it's important for the state parks to have that type of visitation too, so that they continue to, so that the legislature knows that they are having programs and that those programs are well attended,
right,
and that they continue to fund those things.
We gripe about our taxes are getting used for blah 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 blah. Well, your tax money is getting used for these parks programs too, and use them.
And that's actually kind of another selfish reason that we're trying to just promote outdoor activity in general, because we want tax dollars to continue to be invested into trails and public lands because we want to use them.
Right.
So there is some selfish motivation.
And, here in a month, Matt and I are going to go on this backpacking adventure, and we could have gone backpacking anywhere. We could have gone on a one-night backpack at any state park all by ourselves, but we're going with our county parks department because we want them to keep doing programs like this. And it costs us $10 each. I mean, $10 each for an overnight backpacking.
Yeah, and that includes the campsite and the guided hike, and we'll be there with like-minded people. So that's really cool.
It'll be good. Yeah, we usually don't do, group hikes. When we went with Lori to the
day after Thanksgiving one.
Black Friday. The opt outside hike. And we were like, oh, we could go with the group. But there's 50 of them.
We decided to carve our own trail out there.
And that's unusual, really, for anything other than those big hikes like the Black Friday hikes and the first day hikes. First day hikes, they'll have 50 people on those. Right. And those are less fun. I mean, it's neat to have everybody getting out there and enjoying it, but it's less fun for people who actually do hike.
Or want to learn the history.
Or because you can't hear.
You can't hear with 50 people there. And, I love that little kids get out on the trail with their parents, but they don't want to listen to the history of the area and the cool things that the Native Americans were doing in this area, and so on and so forth. Marty's crew says, the state parks need more promotion. And then he also says, our first day hike had 300 people.
That's slightly excessive.
That is excessive. And Hike with Mike says lots of places have trail associations, and these groups set up hikes. Yes, they do. The Florida Trail, I know the Arizona Trail Association does some too. They set up hikes, trail cleanups, probably a lot of organizations in our area.
And speaking of, the Ozark Trail in Missouri, I think, is about to join I just read this, is about to join with one of the trail systems in Arkansas.
They're
And I
gonna.
forget what that exactly was called.
I thought it was just the Ozark Overland. Maybe it's Ozark.
I don't know, but
Ozark
there's
Mountain Trail?
something happening out there, and I wish I could remember the exact details.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll find that out and put it on our Facebook
Okay.
page.
Yeah. Stay
So,
tuned for that. If we
Yeah,
find it.
yeah. So, do you have, Lori? Do you hike anywhere other than in your state parks? Have you found like county parks or?
Yeah, we have here in Clarksville and Montgomery County, we've got some nice county parks and local city parks as well. Our city park has a greenway that runs from the north part of town down to the downtown area. And then our county parks have, we've got a county park called Rotary Park, not too far from me. And it's got a couple miles of trail. It's not a huge park, but it's enough that people can get off paved surfaces and do some trail running if they want to, because it's not super rugged or anything. So those are good options. And then just south of me down in Nashville, there's Nashville's Metro Park system has 2 or 3 parks that are really good as far as hiking trails and things. There's a few of them there that people really enjoy going to. So
Gotcha. I guess I have one question about your planning. For those of you who don't know Lori, which many of you don't, you've just seen her in the chat, and that's great. Lori's a planner. Like I have a Disney trip with her, and I don't have any doubt that I'm going to have a blast. And I didn't have to plan any of it because Lori took care of it all. But so you've been planning hikes. Where would you suggest people start for planning these hikes, just to get them outside and get them doing things that they might not be the most comfortable doing?
Well, if you, your websites, your park websites of your state park or your local, go to your local city or county webpage, and most of them are going to have a parks department, and it's going to tell you about the parks that are available in your area. And those are going to, they'll tell you whether or not there are hiking trails there, or if there's a playground there, or, those types of things. And so that's your best resources, is to go to those parks websites and find a trail that's easy, that's within your range, and just go check it out. A lot of them are, they're day use parks, so be sure that you're there, not there before sunrise, and you're well clear of it after sunset and stuff. But make sure that you're following their rules and everything. But they're great. You're, at least personally in our area, our local parks are wonderful. So there's just nothing, there's nothing better than their website to at least start with. And if for some reason there's no information there, ask around your friends, your people you work with, that a lot of them are going to be some of them are going to be hikers, or they might know a hiker.
Right.
And
or someone who's gotten out in the parks.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a great advice. Since I've started working in the travel industry a little bit, convention and visitors bureaus tend to know a lot about those things too.
Right. Exactly.
It started at City Hall, if nothing else. Marty's Crew says that they have in Kansas, they have the Kansas Trails Council. So I bet their website and Facebook page are just full of things to look at and places to find. So do you have anything that you would like to share with our Hike 365, since you've got our ear here, Lori? Is there anything else that you want to share with us?
No, I think that pretty well covers it.
Okay.
I appreciate the time to get to chat with everybody today.
Well, it's nice to get to talk to you without the 40-second delay. And Love to Wander says we volunteer with the Wildlands Conservancy here in California. Those
things are important too. I was noticing this next week that a lot of the state parks are doing a weed wrangle this next week, which is allowing, asking for volunteers to come and help do invasive weed cleanup and that kind of thing. So
And that's there in Tennessee then.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Gail Crabtree, hello. And she is in northeast Tennessee, past Johnson City.
Oh, way up there.
Way up in the corner. So yeah, welcome, Gail. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. We're talking with Lori Bryant, who's my sister, and she's
In Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, and she's in Tennessee, near in the Clarksville area. Yeah, I've just enjoyed having you be a part of the Hike 365 Challenge so much, and all the people who've been in have been wonderful. So
a thought just popped into my head. We were talking about the guided, bloop, that's right. The guided hikes and whatnot. But I'm gonna go off the rails here for just a second, but it is still relevant. Off the tracks, right?
Okay.
Because we hiked with the St. Charles County Park at Matson Hill, west of St. Peter's, a few weeks ago, in a county park, St. Charles County Park. And one of the things when we hike, if you've seen our videos, I'm always thinking about the navigation and where we are. I'm looking at the map, I'm looking at the compass, I'm making sure that I can know kind of like where we are on the trail versus where we are on the map.
He's the navigator.
Yeah, so sometimes that's the name that I get. But the truth of the matter is I have a horrible memory and I have no sense of direction. And so I have to think about it all the time, and I have to ask questions all the time. And so Kay and I are always talking about, where are we now on the map versus where we are? Does this make sense? If I don't do that, I'm totally lost. And we got just a little bit lost on this hike because we took a little group hike and we were with the group and it was fine. But we had an obligation later that evening. And so we took off ahead, which was fine. And it was all good. And we got to a fork on the trail and there was snow on the ground. And so I don't know if you've ever hiked with snow on the ground, but when there's snow, it just totally changes the landscape. And it can be very difficult to make out the trail, particularly if it's particularly if it's a newer trail system, because it's not hammered down as well by all the foot traffic. So Matson Hill is a newer trail system in the St. Charles County Parks. And so, we had a fork. So we took the one that was supposedly a little bit shorter and a little bit more difficult, but it just wasn't quite.
It said difficult.
It said it was more difficult. It's fine. We're going to go that route. But we lost the trail in the snow.
The road was right up there.
Right. So, but I'm going somewhere with this. So
sorry, Lori.
We were able to identify where we were and where the road was. But the point that I wanted to make, which was not on the script at all, because probably very upset, I'm going off script.
Where's he going?
It's not on script. I'm going somewhere with this.
Go ahead.
So the point that I wanted to make was, as you're getting out and exploring and hiking, don't forget the navigation. And specifically, I now recommend GPS because I recommend that you have a map. I recommend that you have a compass, and I recommend that you have a GPS, one that is specifically designed for hiking so you can see a map and it will show where you have hiked. Because those three things together, for us at least, that's how we really do it. So I want to rely on that map and compass as my first one, but we needed the GPS to help us figure out what was going on. Now,
and the parking lot's right there.
In this case, it was a very small area and we would have been fine without it because we could just see the road. But I highly recommend that, especially if you're new, go ahead and spend the $150 to get a basic Garmin eTrex so that you can have that extra level of assurance, because it's made a difference for us more than once.
Yeah. We can always find our way back to the car that way.
I'm sure I interrupted something that was very important. My apologies there if I did so, but I wanted to pop into my head. I wanted to go ahead and share that thought.
Lori was making faces. I took her off.
Well,
that's not.
Yes, she was.
We have a good time.
No one will ever know whether you're telling the truth or I am. Other than I smile when never mind. It's
smile all the time.
I smile. Anyway, so good. I appreciate having you on tonight, Lori. It's been fun, much more fun than Matt just getting to make me laugh the whole time. So,
I just derail her plans. Lori plans a lot. Kay plans almost as much as Lori, and I don't. I just cause problems.
That's pretty much.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, Matt goes, Lori and I have this plan. We have plan A, plan B, and Matt goes, let's go over here.
I'm actually driving, so that's what happens.
We were supposed to do B. We picked B. Yeah.
Right. That's not where we're going today.
Mike with Mike says GPS is good, but it's always good to know the time-tested tools first. Yes, and Matt will preach. Know where that map and compass and know how to use them. And yeah.
Yeah,
So.
but now I've changed my tune though. I think map and compass first, GPS second, but always have them all.
Always have a mall.
Always
That's
have,
Lori's
always
plan.
have all three of them.
Have a mall.
No,
Like a shopping mall.
That's the hike.
Nobody likes that kind of
that's
hiking.
urban indoor hiking. We're not doing urban indoor hiking.
Urban indoor hiking.
Hello, Eric Salyer.
You know Eric?
I do. I work with Eric.
Hi, Eric. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. And Marty's Crew says that's your job, Matt, is to derail things.
Yeah.
That's
I've been known to
perfect.
do that.
And Love to Wander says wandering is fun. And I agree. Wandering is fun. So we're going to do this hiking race in June. And I do want to talk about the camp out for just a minute since Lori's still here. But so we're going to do a hiking race. And I always think that that's just so funny because hiking is not a race. Hiking, you're supposed to take in your surroundings and enjoy and do a little wandering, like Mike from Love to Wander and Hike with Mike says. But anyway, yeah, I just always think that the hiking race in June is really fun. But we're going to really odd, but we're going to do it anyway, and it'll be fun. And it's part of our Midwest Camp Out, which Lori is helping to host this year.
Sort of, yeah.
Yes. So, Lori, can you tell us the little bit of thing that you have planned?
Well, for those that are not doing the hiking race, on Saturday, we've got some time to check out the rest of the park. So we'll spend some time doing that and let everybody go swimming at the shut-ins if they want to. But in the middle of all that, we'll have a scavenger hunt, and we've got prizes for that. So that should keep the kids occupied for a little while. And so we'll see how that works this year and see how everybody likes it. But yeah, the camp out, it'll be a lot of fun at Johnson Shut-ins in Missouri. So we will hope to see some of you there. And look forward to that.
And if you're interested in being part of our Midwest Camp Out, it's just a camp out, but it's in the Midwest. So there you are. But yeah, if you want to be a part of that, please shoot me an email at kay@happytrailshiking.com. And I'll get you the form to fill out and the information to find campsites. There are very few campsites left, but there are a few. And we'd love to get you in there. And there's even hotels if you want to
nearby,
go. Yeah, nearby hotels. So it's like 10 miles.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
And this event is at Johnson Shut-in State Park in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't do the booking for you or anything. We just kind of want to know that you're going to be there. So we're expecting you.
Right.
Whenever you book, you'll book through the state park system or a hotel or whatever. So it'll be just like you would book any campground at any other state park.
Yeah. So we're
and that's the second weekend in June, right? Or the third? It's what are the dates?
It's 12th through 14th.
Yes.
So
of June.
Okay.
Yep.
And Marty's Crew says we highly recommend it. We went last year and had an awesome time. It was a really fun time, and basically Lori's helping me this year to facilitate, basically.
So that they can go on the hike.
So I can go on the hike. Because somebody said he wanted his hiking buddy back.
Well, whatever.
Well, maybe I can go on a scavenger hunt.
You can go play in the water. Play on the rocks.
Whatever. Anyway, and our Hunter Travel says, I wish it were a week later. Well, you just tell work that you'll come back later. It'll be fine.
We can hike with you guys the next weekend. It's all good.
It's fine. Whatever. I cannot actually. I haven't.
Well, okay.
Never mind.
Some other random.
We'll
weekend.
hike with you in March, like next month. How about that? But I guess we better go because this is
Yeah,
getting long and winded. But
well, now we're just kind of rambling, whatever.
yeah. Oh, and Marty's crew says Midwest Campout. It's Marty's birthday party. It
Bonus.
is.
And Rachel's.
And Rachel's birthday party. Hers is actually the week before, but we're celebrating. Doggone it, we're celebrating.
All right, we're gonna have to have cake now.
So lots of cake or cobbler. It'll be all good.
Cobbler's easier.
It
I
is
can.
at a campsite.
I'll make y'all a cobbler.
Okay, that sounds great. Lori, thank you for being here with us tonight.
Thank you.
What are the 3 things I need people to do? Well, it's only 2 really, because they don't need to subscribe to your channel. So what are the 2 things that I need people to do?
Come back and leave a comment.
Yes, because that's part of the prize. And hit the like button.
And hit the like button.
Yes. And have a good week and share this out. And yeah, thanks for coming. And I guess we'll say cheers. So cheers, Lori.
Cheers.
Have
Cheers,
a good
everybody
night.
else.
Thanks,
Thanks for
everybody, for
joining
coming.
us.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.